Listen, when one is telling a story, it's okay to do a little bit of exaggeration, perhaps some slight embellishments, but you just can't straight up lie on your coochie box, Sonja. That is not how this works. I got my notes. I hope y'all got yours. Let's get on into it. Y'all, so let's launch right on into it. Eboni boyfriend breaks up with her because she's not Jewish and he doesn't want to convert her. Listen, this wasn't even a major plot line in the damn show, but I'm bringing it up because I'm pissed off, okay? And let me tell you why I am pissed off. This man knew that she was not Jewish when she met him, okay? And the mere fact that you don't want me to convert to what you want in a partner tells me that I see more in you than you see in me. And that's indicative of a much larger problem. So honestly, Eboni, even though you're hurt and you invested time in this relationship and you thought this one was going to work out, sometimes rejection is protection. And in this case, if someone doesn't want you, do not chase after them. I've always said that in terms of if someone does not want you, do not chase after them. There's a saying, I think it's by Judge Toller, one of those TV judges, where she says, never let a man have to tell you twice that he does not want you. Okay? So Eboni girl, unfortunately, you learned this lesson. He decided to tell you that he does not want you, but that is a gift, and that now you can move on and find somebody who authentically wants you as you are, and also as you are willing to, present yourself for them, right? So if you meet another Jewish man and he's okay with you converting, perhaps he's the one for you versus this one that you were with before. So I know it's not a major plot line, but I was pissed off for us, okay? Because it's hard enough to try to find love, and when you find somebody that you authentically rock with, and there's just this one impediment that he's made such a big deal for him, it's just disappointing. So moving on from there to Sonja's non-PhD therapy, talking about her abandonment from her actual father and her stepfather. Listen, I'm not going to spend much time on this because Sonja, I've already told you a lot in prior episodes, but I'm going to say this much. Did not the damn psychic lady or the medium from Salem tell you to find somebody with some credentials behind their name, okay? Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know where you saw a P, H, or a D in the damn healer with the damn symbols and laying rocks on your stomach. Don't worry, I'll wait. Because there is none by it, okay? So listen, I'm going to go up for Sonja in the fact that she's getting help and she's trying to understand these issues in her. But, and it could just maybe be because I'm ignorant, I guess. I just don't see how you can get much lasting help when you keep going to the same types of people, right? Because to me, if you keep doing the same things that you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you've always gotten. So listen, maybe the Salem medium was right, and you should perhaps try somebody with some credentials in their name. And shout outs to the people who do the natural healing and the the crystals and stuff like that. I think there's a place for everything, but I think that this is more of an and both scenario versus either or. So I hope that she embraces some of this, I guess you would call it Western medicine in terms of the actual, doctors with the PhDs and the credentials. And then at that point, maybe you can actually make a determination of what works for you and what doesn't. So it was just very interesting also to learn that she not only had abandonment from her actual father, but her stepfather as well. Now, she told a story just in terms of, it was like a convertible story where her stepfather showed up, and apparently there were 4 children, Sonja being, I guess, the 4th one. And he piled everybody in the convertible, but then asked her to get out. Now, don't be mad at me, y'all, okay? But I had to rewind the story back about 5 times to fully understand what was going on, right? Because, okay, my father has a convertible, okay? And the convertible, it has 5 seats, but, okay, that middle back seat is not really a seat. It's not very comfortable, right? So I was like, well, Maybe he just picked the first three and you were the odd man out. Okay, I know it even sounds bad now that I'm trying to reason it out. If it was an old school convertible, then perhaps it had space for everybody. So I'm not trying to go down on her story. I'm just saying there might be some more interpretations to this damn convertible story, but I think it does give credence that he did pick his 3 biological children over Sonja, which led to more of her abandonment issues, which also led to her feeling that men disappoint me. So I validate all of it, but drop down in the comments if y'all were thinking like me with that convertible story, okay? Because I was adding up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seats, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe he didn't want you to be uncomfortable. I don't know. Okay, let me move on before I get myself in trouble. Okay. Ashley turns out to not be Eboni's long-lost sister. I was actually really sad by this, y'all, because I think Eboni was really longing for that last puzzle piece to make her family picture make sense. And you can see the disappointment in her face when she read the news and also when she talked to Ashley. Now, I was honestly hoping that it was going to be a situation where it was like a gotcha thing where she tried to be, very demure or very I guess non-emotional about the situation, and then she was going to get on the phone with Ashley and just be like, oh my gosh, I found you, you're my sister. But apparently that wasn't it. Eboni must not have a very good poker face because she was disappointed from the moment she opened up that FedEx envelope and saw what the test results were. So on one hand, super sorry that she didn't get this last puzzle piece figured out right now. But listen, if I'm gonna stay as ignorant as I've been before, at least, child, you did not spend any money. You did not give this woman a house, and you did not buy her a Prius. So if you think about it, the only cost that you're really out is the damn testing cost, right? And quiet as it's kept, she should probably reimburse you for half since she put you through this in the first place, okay? For pain and suffering, child, okay? Let me stop. Okay, even though you did not get a sister out the situation, at least you found a nice friend, okay? Because it seems like y'all have a lot in common just in terms of, your choices in wine and your mannerisms and XYZ. So perhaps there's something to explore there, but, super sorry. I think that the whole bright side of this conversation is that your father is still out there, which, she talks about later in the episode in terms of maybe her dad is actually out there and still alive and has, umpteen children as well that you can now consider your new family member. So I think the situation was good and bad. Bad in that, it has to continue, and good in that there's new possibilities. There might be another ending to this chapter that you didn't even know existed. So I'll be curious to see where that is, and I'm glad that she's, going to work with the geneticist to, I guess, analyze her DNA, do the 23andMe stuff, and figure out if her daddy is in the system. So good luck to Eboni on that matter. All right, on to Sonja's business and it being messy. Listen, I went to school for accounting. So when I watched the scene with Sonja, the Gaurav, y'all drop down in the comments and let me know how you pronounce this man's name. I'm just going to call him G because I do not want to offend him and the Indian community. I'm assuming he's Indian. I don't know. I think having Ramona there was good from a business perspective because even though she's, slightly crazy, addled, turtle time, she does know her business, and Ramona is really about her coin and her finances and XYZ. So I think having her there as a sounding board, someone to make sense of a situation that Sonja probably wasn't well versed in, was a good thing to do. However, my inner accountant was just screaming the entire time. It's very hard to make sense of where money is when, number one, the person doesn't show up with any paperwork, and they're also trying to explain finances to you from a spreadsheet on their phone. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So girl, hire a CPA, have them do a complete investigation, give you some income statements, some balance sheets, some, reports just to say where the money is, who it's going out to, and why it's not ending up in your damn pocket. So this is a quick fix. And feel free to bring Ramona on as well because, listen, she may act crazy, but like I said, she's about her coin and she knows business. So hire a CPA, get some reports, and fix that whole situation. And I'm not saying that her business manager, G or whatever. I'm not saying that he's being shady or dodgy with the money. I'm just saying where there's smoke, there's fire. And in certain situations, you need to have the black and white evidence so that you can make the best decision from there. So get a CPA and move on from there. Now, LuAnn has her video shoot for her Christmas song that ain't coming out till next year, but I understand, listen, with the entertainment business, the cycles of how things work in terms of you shoot something now, but you can't upload it on the servers for the YouTubes, the Spotifys, the XYZ until a certain time in order for it to hit properly and do as well as you want it to do. You save it for next year. But suffice it to say, LuAnn's video shoot was a 3-ring circus, but I thought it was fun as hell. Listen, from Leah's dog running around looking all crazy to Ramona thinking that this is her directorial debut to, just everybody fool-la-la eating caviar and having a grand old time. I thought it was amazing. It looked like a really, really fun shoot, a really, really fun time. And to LuAnn's point, it does sort of give a little bit of, credence and justification for what she does, because people see these 3-minute long, 4-minute long videos and they think, oh my gosh, they couldn't have taken that long. It seems to be a very quick situation. But in reality, there's a lot of planning that goes into it, a lot of prep, a lot of takes, and you're just trying to get the best result out of it. So a 3-minute long video can take half a day or more to shoot, depending on what you're doing. And probably I'm probably undervaluing that time. It probably takes, it could be 2 or 3 days. But listen, this song wasn't that exhaustive, so probably a half a day shoot is probably all this one's going to take. But suffice it to say, it looked very, very fun, and I'm glad the ladies were able to have a bonding moment, and Leah got her her moment with LuAnn in terms of, since the song is not going to be released this year, all the business stuff will be figured out. So I don't know why LuAnn was acting like she did Leah this big favor. Girl, this is what you are supposed to do. Stop doing business ass backwards. Get the stuff done on the front end, and then you don't have to worry about somebody coming for you on the back end. And that's all I'm going to say on that situation. And last but not least, y'all, Sonja lied on her coochie and rode the lie to the end. Listen. Now, we may sit back and ask ourselves, why did Sonja lie, right? And I think the reason why Sonja lied is because the truth wasn't as entertaining as the lie would be. And also, if you think about it, the truth comes with more consequences that she would have to deal with, right? So in order for her to get in front of her friends and say, damn, I got drunk again. I was drunk down to this man's floor. Someone had to come pick me up and take me home. It might be indicative of me having a larger issue that I'm not ready to deal with. It could be an I told you so moment for the other women in terms of you need help. I think the drinking is a crutch of stuff that you're not dealing with because you're dealing with healers and maybe not down to that damn PhD like the damn Salem medium said, but that's besides the point. And so like I was saying, telling the truth in that situation, it comes with more consequences than benefits for her, right, in her mind. And I'm just trying to theorize and make sense of the situation, right? They always say sometimes that people go with the lie because the lie is more entertaining, right? So I think that's probably the quickest solution or the quickest explanation for why Sonja lied, right? And also, to Eboni's point, Sonja has been put in this position, or perhaps she put herself in this position where she's viewed as, this cougar in this group. She goes after these younger men, or they come after her, or, however the case may be. She has sex with them. She loves them and leaves them. So I think that Sonja grasping onto this vision, this version of herself, is just her trying to build herself up and make herself seem like, she's back to normal. She's back doing what she normally does. And, I don't know, it's kind of a bit of posturing for the group, right? Now, when you tell a lie like this, there's only really 2 ways it could go, right? So once you get found out in your lie, you can ride it to the end like she did, right? Or you can mea culpa and say, I'm sorry, XYZ, maybe I was too drunk, I embellished what actually happened. But honestly, I don't know how Sonja thought this lie was going to go over, because in order for a lie to work, okay, there can't be too many people to corroborate what happened, okay? And in this situation, you got the man, okay? You got the damn, his girlfriend, right, that was on the damn Insta story with you, okay? You got Hank, I think his name was Hank, which was LuAnn's friend who came to pick up Sonja, right, when she was drunk down to this man's floor. There's too many people in the story and too many ways for your lie to be exposed. So, listen, I'm glad that they went along, the other ladies, I'm glad that they went along with the lie for as long as they could, but then they busted her on it. And I'm glad she was a good sport, because sometimes when people get cornered, they start getting very defensive, and it could have blown up into another issue in terms of, you know, why are you coming for me? Why can't you let me have my moment? So listen, she got caught in a lie, but good for you, Sonja, for trying to just, I guess, celebrate the lie while you had it, or ride the lie into the ground. I don't know. But you couldn't have thought it was going to last that long, because it was a very shaky lie to begin with, okay? And once I heard it, honestly, y'all, I was excited for Sonja. I was like, oh, good for her. She found a hot man and she did this and that and the third. Like, I was excited for her. And to find out that she's lying on her coochie box, I'm just like, girl, I hope it was worth it. I hope you got your intended effect out of it. And I guess we just gonna go from there. So Sonja, get some help, girl. Find somebody with some credentials behind their name, a PH and a D, and go from there. Anywho, y'all, that's all I really wanted to say on this damn episode. So if you liked what I said, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Stereo, and Twitter at DatDamnDasher. And until next time, y'all, if you are going to lie, make sure that there is no one around to corroborate the damn truth. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.